Hi Libra, welcome to January 2021. I am so glad that you have made it, and I hope everybody is safe and welcoming the new year. We're actually filming this still in December, so some of this energy may still be left over. But other than that, oh, my camera's gone wonky. Sorry about that. There you go. Sorry about that, Libra. Happy New Year. How are ya? We're going to do something a little different. I got a lot of messages that I talked way too long and that people actually didn't appreciate the shuffling. So I'm actually going to do something a little different. I'm going to use the traditional Celtic Cross. So we're going to deal the cards and then we'll get clarifiers for the immediate future. So you have a little bit of information about what's to come, and then the overall conclusion, the very, very end of the Celtic Cross. So we're going to use the Morgan Greer deck. I'm going to clarify with my little mini deck here, and we'll see what the beginning part of the new year will bring for my lovely little scales, my Libras. Before we begin, if you have encountered a nurse, doctor, postal carrier, delivery person, I know a lot of people are doing a lot of online shopping lately. A lot of things are starting to shut back down. Remember to thank those people. Everybody counts. So far we have the Queen of Cups. Good, emotionally strong, balancing cards. So let's deal your cards. The first two cards, the center, are your present situation plus what is influencing you. This card here is your immediate history, your immediate past. Crowning the spread, your immediate future. So I'll put these aside for a minute, a little bit more information about the immediate outcome. I don't deal traditionally with the cross. You guys, if you've ever watched any of my other readings, I don't really do the traditional cross, so I want to make sure I'm counting them right. So let me know in the description if this is something that you really, really enjoy. If it isn't, I'll go back to the way I was doing it, which is fine for me too. All right, we have your hopes, your outside influences, your fears, and the overall outcome. And we'll get one more card to clarify that, and then we'll start. January, brand new year for my Libras, and Sun, Moon, and Ascendant, and then our cross watchers. You guys know that you are always welcome. Just the Emperor has decided to join the party, which is great. Aries energy. So let's see your situation. We have the Moon and the Chariot. Excellent cards. So perhaps you're dealing with a water sign. Chariot is the card of victory of the major arcana. It's also the card of Cancer. The Moon is about hidden things, but it's also the card of Scorpio. So perhaps you've been dealing with a water sign, somebody that's maybe this Queen of Cups over here, or at least should be. Water signs tend to be very intuitive. They tend to be almost psychic in some cases. They can identify their emotions instead of just lashing out. They can verbalize them usually and say, I'm not angry, I'm frustrated. I'm not frustrated, I'm upset. I'm not upset, I'm embarrassed. So they're very intellectually or emotionally intelligent. So perhaps you are dealing with them, but out of the darkness comes a victory. And that's what those cards are telling me. Base of the spread is you've been protecting yourself, maybe to your own detriment. This is a card of self-inflicted darkness. She cannot see that the ocean is far away from her, but she can also not see that it might be coming in to sweep her away. So she can't see the danger. She's too busy holding up these swords, defending herself. Ace of Pentacles to the immediate past. So maybe there was a windfall, there was some financial opportunity. You have been chasing financial opportunity. Lately, you've been all about your money, or at least in the past, you perhaps were all about getting that coin, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just there are other things that are equally as important. Top of the spread, Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, you've had your money on your mind. Can't blame you for that. Things have been real tough lately. Where the holiday season, I'm reading this in December, so the holiday season is upon us. People are gift buying. There's a lot been going on. People are finally taking stock of what they have gained or lost in the bulk of the year. So yeah, you've had your money on your mind a whole lot. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not putting that down. Immediate outcome, immediate future, the Tower. This is not as always as scary of a card as it looks like. It looks very violent. Everything's on fire. There's a storm. The waves are rippling. The wind is rippling through. You've got this raging fire and this great, and if you review my Tarot 101 series, and I'm going to link it at the end, I talk about reading the whole card. Cards like this include all of the elements. You have the ripping waves of the water sign. So if this is a loss of a job or loss of anything, it can be emotionally difficult. It can be perhaps you have, out of the blue found something that has really, really sparked your passion. That can be equally emotional. There is an intellectual element. This wind is ripping by you. So a little bit of Eight of Wands energy. This is a wooden tower that is on fire. Matches burn. This lightning comes out of, this is a rather dark, stormy night, so that natural energy that each of the suits represent. But it is not always a bad thing. If you've ever had a plan that you completely had to scrap in lieu of something because it just didn't work, did you come up with something better? Did you come up with a plan that actually did work? So yeah, it's traumatic in the moment, but it's not always bad. So we're going to clarify on that one. King of Cups. So we've got a little pair here. Yes, it's a reminder to be emotionally stable, because look at the people that are falling here. The wind is out of the way. They're out of the burning building. They're falling into the waves. They're falling into that kind of emotional torrent. So if you have the emotional stability of the King and Queen of Cups, this is far less scary because they're out of the danger. They're no longer in the burning building. They're no longer being whipped. Being whipped by the storm, by the wind. They're not going to get hit by lightning. They just have to worry about the waves. And eventually these waves will calm down. This fire is going to burn for a while. It's a big tower. All right. So let us see your fears. Your fear of getting hurt. You don't want to get hurt because you've been hurt in the past. This is my broken but not breaking heart. So this is a heart that has been clearly wounded, but it's healing. Only one of these swords is actually have blood on it any longer. The other two have dried out. The blood has dried. They've stopped bleeding. Only this last sword is still bleeding, and you'll notice there's a great big ray of sunshine behind it. So yeah, you've been hurt, and this is probably where that's coming from, where this fear is coming from. So maybe that's why you just said, I'm just going to focus on my job right now, because you were afraid of getting hurt. You've been burnt in the past. And that's understandable. There's nothing wrong with that. That's self-preservation. Your environmental factors. 8 of Swords. This is the things are not as bad as you think they are. This is, things are way worse in her head. She knows she's blindfolded. She knows she's bound. These swords are not actually anywhere near her. They're all safely into the ground. And she, in other cards, it's got a little bit more. She's actually walking on puddles. So she feels the water, but she doesn't know how deep they are. She doesn't realize they're only little wade pools. She thinks they might be the ocean. This ocean. And these bandages, these ropes aren't really that tight around her. If she just kind of shimmies them down, takes off the blindfold, she'll see that she's not really in any danger, but she's kind of paralyzed in her own fear, which is understandable. This is a scary card. This is not a warm and fuzzy card. Neither is this. Those swords can be very, very sharp. Let's see what your hopes are. Judgment, reunion, resurrection, rejoining something with passion. Again, that's what I talk about when I say reading the whole card. So yes, certainly learn the meaning of the card. Judgment equals this, but read the whole card as a full card. Look at all of the illustrations. See where you are drawn to. There is fire in this card. So that is something, and wind and water, but it's very calm water. And they're in a wooden boat. So everything works. Hi, Libra. Sorry, my camera cut out on me. We left off with the Judgment, and that led us to our Rihanna card. I love this card. She has patience. She has her bird. She paid for this bird. Birds always equal freedom. In this case, it's financial freedom, but she also has patience. She has worked and harvested those grapes. Those are her grapes. She bought that ring. She bought that glove. She bought that bird. She bought that hat. She bought this lovely necklace. She bought that beautiful piece of jewelry. Up at the top here, she bought those earrings. And she is her own boss. She is a bad bitch. She is always in control. She doesn't need your approval. And that is this energy. This is the energy. This is the more masculine energy. And this is kind of the minor arcana empress. She has, this is the more passive energy, the softer energy. But she has taken all of her resources, and I don't know if the phone cut out, if the video cut out, but my point was, this is the next step past the magician energy. This is not just the tools on the table. As I always say, the magician is the ultimate carpenter. He's the ultimate architect. He has taken those raw materials and used them to the best of his potential. He has tamed the fire. He has utilized his money. He has taken his emotional energy, and that's where King and Queen have come from. Emotional energy. He's taken that wand, built himself a lovely boat, and is moving on to the next chapter of his life. And so has she. She has used all of her resources. Since my camera keeps cutting out, I think I'm going to end the video here. Bye, Libra. I will see you next month. I'll see you in February. Take care of one another. Bye, family.